Hello, I'm Bob Garvin. Welcome to Body Talk, episode 89. 80% of women suffer from pain caused by ill-fitting bras. Trish Carey joins me to tell us why and what women can do to stop the pain. Cholesterol just got more complicated as new research shows that high levels of the so-called good cholesterol can be fatal. And who has better memories, women or men? A new study is out with the answer. If you have any questions or comments about this podcast, send an email to lifestarmedia@gmail.com or message me on the Body Talk Facebook page at Body Talk Bob Garvin. When it comes to cholesterol, we're still shooting in the dark. Many doctors feel that if you don't pass those cholesterol tests, you should take statin drugs for life. We've talked on Body Talk about many studies that question the current thinking about cholesterol, and now here's another one to throw into the mix. This study is a large one. It looked at 632,000 Canadian adults and questions whether your good HDL cholesterol levels really protect your health. While the study found that people with the lowest HDL levels had higher death rates from heart disease and stroke, people with high HDL levels were more likely to die of non-cardiovascular diseases compared to those whose HDL levels were somewhere in the middle. So in other words, people with high HDL levels, the so-called good cholesterol, they have higher death rates from cancer and other causes. Researchers say there's no reason for people to try to send their HDL levels skyward by using niacin or other medications. Raising HDL with drugs, they say, is not indicated. Instead, researchers stress the importance of lifestyle. They summarize the study by saying, don't smoke, get regular exercise, lose weight if you need to. It's these things that may put your HDL level in the mid-range. But remember, it's not the number that matters, it's the healthy lifestyle. The findings were published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. Did you know that ill-fitting bras put women at risk for at least 10 health problems? Well, neither did I until I talked to Trish Carey, senior partner of the company Peach, which uses state-of-the-art technology to change the way women size and wear their bras. Trish, welcome to Body Talk.
Thank you, Bob, for having me.
You know, it's so interesting when I met you, when you told me 10 health reasons that women can have problems with involving their bra. And most women have ill-fitting bras. Are ill-fitting bras really that much of a problem?
Absolutely. Over 85% of women are in the wrong size bra. And over 90% of women will tell you that shopping for or getting fitted for a new bra that's properly fitting is like worse than getting a root canal. It's the last thing they want to do. So instead, women, they suffer through what they consider good enough. And number one, it doesn't look as great as it could. But what they don't always realize is there are actual real health reasons why they should have a proper fitting and a properly fitted bra.
Oh, funny you should say that. I understand there are 10 of those.
Number 10, pain. This is sometimes hard to believe, but it's estimated that more than 50% of women experience breast pain while exercising or, walking around. Insufficient support in your bra leads to chronic back, shoulder, and neck pain and headaches. Interestingly enough is that this is not linked to the size of a woman's breast tissue.
That's interesting because I think most people would think that a larger breasted woman would have these problems, hence these breast reduction surgeries and so forth that you say.
It's true, but its sensitivity is different in every woman. Obviously, if back pain is very common when women have very large breasts, but no, it is not linked, and especially when exercising. At Peach, we heard this loud and clear. We saw women wearing 2 to 3 sports bras at a time just to be able to get in their favorite workouts and stay healthy. What's really resonated with me is that there are so many young girls out there who are stopping their physical activity because, number one, it's painful to exercise or run down the soccer field, or they no longer want to play field hockey because they're 12 or 13 and have, developed to a 30 double D and are embarrassed and of bouncing and standing out and looking different. So not only does a properly fitting bra set them up for a pain-free exercise experience, it also deals a lot with your self-confidence.
All right. Number 9. What is the 9th problem?
Number 9 is breathing, Bob.
Breathing.
An ill-fitted bra can restrict your rib cage and put pressure on muscles, which cause breathing problems.
I see this even in people as they age, in males as well, where the chest sort of caves in and
Absolutely.
they lose that muscle mass,
Right.
and it compresses their lungs, and
Right.
they find it difficult to get breath.
If you were
I
wearing
can see breasts doing the same thing.
Absolutely. If you're wearing a proper fitted bra, we're going to be lifting your breasts up off your rib cage into where they started. And not only will that enhance how you look, it's going to enhance how you operate on a daily basis.
Interesting. I love that. Okay, number 8.
Number 8 is something that every woman is going to nod her head when she hears this: sagging. Your breasts have no muscle. Breasts are held up by very fragile ligaments that attach breast tissue to muscle. Over time, and this happens to everyone, the unsupported ligaments will be stretched and weakened. And this is going to cause sagging, and here's the worst thing about sagging: it can't be reversed.
No, but can it be prevented?
A bra can help. Time and gravity are definitely going to result in, sagging of breast tissue. But if you start at a young age or start at any time to support your breasts, it's not going to pull on that muscle, and you will delay or reduce sagging.
Number 6.
Posture, which
yes.
kind of goes hand in hand, like we talked about pain, the way you stand.
Yes.
There's really interesting is 2 things about posture. Unsupported breasts cause slouching, and then innerly rounded shoulders, and that's going to stretch out your rhomboid muscles and also lead to very tight pectoral muscles. But what I really notice about posture is when you're wearing a correctly fitted bra, you're natural. When I put a woman for the first time in the right size bra, her first instinct is she stands up tall. Her shoulders naturally go back. Her posture is erect. When she's standing in that position, that's like a power pose for a woman. When you have your shoulders back, your chin lifted, and you feel good about yourself. When you feel good about yourself, you can then conquer anything for your day, during your day. So although posture is technically a health reason, I really think it's something that is self-empowering.
All right. How about number 6?
Number 6, circulation. Problems develop when the pectoral muscles in your chest are compressed. And this can affect the neurovascular bundle of nerves to the arms, causing a pins and needles sensation that I have numerous women have explained to me, never making the connection between that and their bra.
Some would think of this maybe as repetitive stress injuries where, people that doing office work and computer work all the time get that compression
Absolutely.
and that pain down the arms.
Well, if you think about it, Bob, you wear a bra, whether it fits you or not. Well, maybe
I don't
you.
wear a bra. I don't know what you're thinking.
Whoops, no, that's going to be edited. No. A woman wears a bra on the warmest part of her body 12 to 14 hours a day. Anything is cumulative over time and results in these kind of injuries. So it's not surprising to hear that circulation is a big issue with an ill-fitting bra.
All right. Next.
Skin, chafing, rashes, yeast infections. They occur when the skin is irritated by too tight, or, this is super interesting and something I learned, too loose fitting bras. Most women are wearing a bra that's banned as too loose, or maybe it started fitting properly, but instead of replacing it every 6 months to a year, they're wearing it for 5 to 6 years. And the bra band becomes so stretched out because you're wearing it on the warmest part of your body, 12 to 14 hours a day, that it starts really rubbing and irritating. When I fit women, I fit them, they're actually wearing a bra when we take our measurements for our 10-point algorithm, but I see sores, cuts, rashes, and again, a lot of women are surprised to tie this to the fit of their bra.
Boy, I don't know if a lot of women think about having to change your bra that often.
Most women have maybe 2 bras that they rotate through, even though they have an entire drawer full of bras. They have 2, so they overwear them. It's going to wear out quickly, and especially if you don't care for them properly, if you put them in the dryer or through the regular wash cycle, the life of a bra is probably 6 months to a year.
4 more to go.
Yes.
Okay, number 4.
Okay,
What's
number 4 is breast tissue migration. With an incorrect fit, which we already documented that over 85% of women are wearing the improper fit, breast tissue can be displaced by the ill-fitting bras to other areas, such as under the armpits, your sternum, and even around back. If you lift your arms up and your breasts start coming out underneath your band, not only is that extremely uncomfortable, but you're going to create kind of like a second set of breasts underneath your first. Yeah, not attractive and not comfortable. No. My favorite is called double bubble, and that is when you're wearing a cup that is way too small, and that's exactly what it is. It's a real thing. It's double bubble.
Double bubble.
When you see a woman, she's wearing maybe a more form-fitting shirt, and there's a bump, and then there's her bra. That's terrible for circulation. That's terrible for your skin, and it's a terrible fit, and it's not a good look either. We also have a lot of escaping breasts that when you start off in the morning, everything's in. Okay, you're wearing a bra, you feel okay. As the day goes on, you start noticing that you're kind of tucking her back in and scooping back in. You shouldn't have, your bra should be something you put on in the morning and you don't think about again till at the end of the night.
And for our listeners, Trish is tucking and pulling.
I'm pulling, I'm touching, this is good, this is not live. Another thing that as women age, and this is a real thing, our breasts start to become east-west. Okay, so think about the directions. Instead of being front and center, our breasts start going east-west. A proper bra will pull the breast tissue back to where it started to give that illusion of a great silhouette and also contain the breast so you're not going through circulation issues, skin issues, marks and grooves.
Number 3.
Okay, I just said it, marks and grooves. I work with a chiropractor who often refers me clients because she sees such deep red marks and shoulder grooves that can be indications of permanent damage to the shoulder tissue. And that is 100% from wearing the wrong type of bra. At Peach, we believe a bra is like a bridge. Actually, our 10-point algorithm is based on measurements that a bra is like a bridge. You need a strong foundation. All your foundation should come from your band, just like a bridge supports cars that go over it. Another analogy that I like to use is that, think of a boat. The anchor is what keeps the boat in a dock slip, right? But the ropes on the side, they kind of keep the boat overnight kind of within the ropes, right? But they are not what's holding the boat in the dock slip. So think of your straps as ropes of a boat. It's support, but it should not be doing all the work. All your foundation should be coming from a strong band.
Number 2?
Your lymphatic system. Without proper support, lymphatic drainage is impeded.
And the number 1 health problem caused by ill-fitting bras?
Okay, the number 1 reason is digestion. A tight bra can obstruct the flow of the digestive system. Now, I know that we discussed we want a strong, firm foundation in your band, but too tight is not healthy either. A too tight band can cause indigestion and has been linked to other digestive issues like heartburn and even irritable bowel syndrome.
And with so many of these problems going on, we're looking for something that's been so elusive for so many women. And this is where technology comes in and really helps. And that's why one of the reasons I really want to talk to you about this today too is how you use this state-of-the-art technology to improve what's essentially been around for hundreds, if not really thousands of years.
Absolutely. So Peach is a technology-based social commerce company. A great example is this. I can measure 2 women on the same day. One is 18, one is 88. They have the same exact band measurement and they have the same exact bust measurement, but that is where all the similarities in height, weight, age, life experience, surgeries, that's where it changes. So just consider, could I give the same exact plunge 32 double D bra to an 18-year-old that I could give to an 88-year-old and expect a perfect fit? Absolutely not. At Peach, we do it a little different. When we meet, first, we kind of educate you on how a proper bra should fit so you can evaluate your bras in your drawer. The second thing we do is we collect qualitative data, which I call we're going to become best friends. So you tell me your age, you tell me your weight, you tell me your height, you tell me I breastfed 4 children, I had a lumpectomy 3 years ago, actually I'm reconstructed, I'm enhanced. We then also find out what you like about your bra, what you love about your bra, what your lifestyle is like. Do you have young children? Are you extremely active? Are you an avid exerciser? We take all of that as qualitative data. We then take measurements we actually take 10 measurements that we use in a technology algorithm to suggest the perfect size. Once we have your qualitative data, your quantitative data, your likes and dislikes, your stylist is able to suggest silhouettes that would work with your body. You order one of each silhouette, and then you receive, the technology algorithm is run, you receive 2 to 3 technical fits in a box directly to your doorstep. We are taking the drama out of the dressing room. Most women don't get fitted for proper bras because they hate the experience. We're doing it in a kinder, gentler way. We either have an in-person visit or we do virtual fittings. You receive your bras, you have a card that comes with them that tells you how they should fit. You also schedule either an in-person or virtual meetup with your stylist who helps you make the proper adjustments. The bras that come to your home are all considered technical fits, but you have to choose your preference. Everyone also has a preference. You take the 2 fits or 3 fits that do not work, you put them in a free postage box, they go back to Peach, and that completes your algorithm. From that moment on, you have a set algorithm, and Peach can fit you into any of the proper bras that are right for you without you having to leave your house, go into the terrible fluorescent lights of a dressing room, and it's easy and convenient.
Now, I've also, when I was looking at some of your material, I saw this term virtual fits. Now, what do you mean by that?
Once a woman requests a virtual fitting, they receive information on what to expect from Peach. All they need is a soft measuring tape and a computer. We set up a date to meet. The client is comfortable in her own home. She's wearing a tight tank top over her bra. There's no nudity. The stylist demonstrates how they're going to measure. She can either measure on camera and the stylist observes and records the answers, or she can go off camera and then give the numbers of measurements to the stylist. The stylist collects that qualitative data, the quantitative data, makes her suggestions just like an in-person appointment, and just like that, we run the algorithm and we fit women into the perfect size bra.
This is an unusual profession. How did you end up here?
I have a background in health and wellness, like yourself. I was actually a stay-at-home mom for over 10 years, looking for my next steps. I was introduced to this company, Peach. We are based here in Waltham, Massachusetts. I was so inspired by the message of self-care, because that is something that I feel really strongly about. It is an unusual place for me to be, but it sounds like it might be an unusual job, but there's it's so rewarding in 2 aspects. It's so rewarding for me to see a woman who've suffered from a poor bra fit or poor self-confidence change that in a few minutes. And the other part about Peach is we're all about women's empowerment. And I have a team of over 120 stylists across the U.S. And it has been extremely gratifying for me to see other women reach their goals.
Thank you so much for joining me today on Body Talk.
It was my pleasure, Bob.
If you'd like more information about Trish and Peach, you can get all the details online at discoverpeach.com. Finally, who has a better memory, women or men? Researchers from Boston put this question to the test. They looked at 212 men and women between the ages of 45 and 55. Challenging memory tests were used to assess episodic memory, executive function, and semantic processing. Cognitive testing was used to measure verbal intelligence. Their findings? Women have better memories than men and performed better in all memory measures. The findings were published in the journal Menopause. Well, that's it for this edition of Body Talk. My producer is Katie Stell. The Body Talk theme song was composed by Rob Carlson and sung by Vicky Vox. If you'd like to stay up with medical studies on a daily basis, follow me on Twitter at BGPVideo. And if you have any questions or comments about this program, feel free to send me an email at lifestarmedia@gmail.com. Body Talk is a production of Lifestar Media.